KSS program's online guitar lessons. Today, we're going to be discussing the fretboard, finding the notes on the guitar. Before we start, let's review the names of the music notes on a piano keyboard. We have 7 notes on the white keys: C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, and we have 5 notes on the black keys: C sharp or D flat, D sharp or E flat, F sharp or G flat, G sharp or A flat, and A sharp or B flat. As you can see on the graphic, there is no black key in between E and F or in between B and C. The distance in between C and C sharp or C sharp and D, it's a half step, which means that every time you look at a piano, the distance in between a white key and a black key, it's a half step. In the case of E and F, it is also a half step because there is no black key in between. The same situation happens in between B and C. Now, if you're playing 2 notes that have a black key in between, that means you're jumping over a whole step. So C to D will be a whole step since you're going over C sharp, or G to A will also be a whole step since you're going over G sharp. Now, if I'm on E and I want to go over a whole step, I will need to go to F sharp, because E to F, it's only a half step, and F to F sharp, it's another half step. Now, applying this information into the guitar is very easy because every fret of the guitar represents a half step, which means that if I'm playing the first string on the 3rd fret, that will be a G note. And if I decide to go a half step up, which is the 4th fret, that will be a G sharp. If I decide to continue another half step, that will be an A, and so on. Now let's talk about the notes on the guitar. Being able to find any note on any string of the guitar is essential for a player. We're going to start by memorizing the C major scale on the guitar, or the C natural scale, which contains the 7 natural notes of the music language, which are C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. These notes are also the white keys on the piano. Now, I'm going to use the guides on my neck. And as you can see, I have a guide on the 3rd, 5th, and 7th fret. I'm going to start by memorizing all the notes within the first 7 frets. So if I play the 3rd fret on the 5th string, that's a C. Then this is a D. And then this is an E. So on the 3rd, 5th, and 7th frets, I have the first 3 notes of the C major scale: C, D, E. If I go down 1 string, same frets, I have F, G, and A. So now I have my first 6: C, D, E, F, G, and A. And I'm only missing the B, which is going to be on the same fret on the 6th string. Okay, so I can say B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Now the guitar has this great feature where you can play the same sound in different places of the neck. And it could be a little tricky, but just to give you an example, I could play this B note up here, or I could also play it here. So let's say I'm going to play the scale. I can say C, D, E, F, G, A, B, Now, I'm going to stay with these 6 notes for now. And now we're going to try to find the sharps or flats, which are the other notes that we're missing. And on the piano, these are represented by the black keys. Now, if you look at a piano, every single white key has a black key next to it, except for 2 of them, the B and the E. So that means that every single note that I learned here is going to have a sharp note next to it to the right, except B and E. So if this is C, the one in between C and D is going to be called C sharp. Or I can also call it D flat. So C sharp and D flat are the same sound. Now you might be thinking, why do they call it in 2 different ways? Well, eventually at some point in music, you're going to need to call it 2 different ways because things are going to get a little complicated. Okay, so now we have C, C sharp or D flat, D, D sharp or E flat, E, E to F, no sharp or flat, F to G, I have F sharp or G flat, G to A, I have G sharp or A flat, A to B, I have A sharp or B flat, and then B to C, I have nothing. Okay, that will do it for today. Try to work on memorizing the names of the notes.